Hi, everybody. Welcome to Pace Studio on the Road. We're live in Atlanta in the Woodlands at SweetWater Brewery right now with Paul Thorn. Paul Thorn, thank you for traveling all this way to be here, man.
Hey. Thank y'all very much for having me here at Pace Magazine. It's always been one of my favorites.
Yeah, man, dude. Well, the feeling is mutual. It goes both ways. We're really happy to have you here, freshly in from Tupelo, Mississippi. So thanks for making the trip. And we're about to share a lot of your new music with the internet right now. We're going to hear 4 off of It's Never Too Late to Call. Comes out August 6th on 30 Tigers. So what's happening first today?
Well, you know, I'm just like everybody else. I'm trying to recover from being out of work for almost a year. You know, and I caught the COVID.
Me too.
I was in the bed for 2 weeks, having a hard time, but I made it. I'm still alive. I got a new record that I'm proud of. That we actually finished the record in 2019, but when the pandemic struck, we knew there's no real way to put a record out during a pandemic, so we just held on to it, and we're looking forward to introducing it to the world in August.
All right, well, here we go. We're introducing it to the world right now, man. We really appreciate you sharing the music with us today.
You want me to sing a song right now?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, this is, you know, everybody's drinking accelerated during the pandemic for different reasons, and myself included. I drank too much. Here's a song about apple pie moonshine. Tastes good to me. It is impossible to kiss you moderately. You keep me coming back for more time after time. You're sweet and addictive like apple pie moonshine. I drink too fast, I drink too much, I cannot seem to get enough. You burn like whiskey, you're sweeter than wine. Damn you, apple pie moonshine. I feel inebriated when I hold you in my arms. I become completely defenseless to your charms. I get a super buzz when your body touches mine. Right now I'm jonesing for you, apple pie moonshine. I drink too fast, I drink too much, I cannot seem to get enough. You burn like whiskey, you're sweeter than wine. Damn you, apple pie moonshine. I woke up from a beautiful dream, feeling pretty bad. This is the sweetest hangover I've ever had. Today I'm recovering, tomorrow I'll be fine. I'm never gonna quit you, apple pie moonshine. I drink too fast, I drink too much, I cannot seem to get enough. You burn like whiskey, you're sweeter than wine. Damn you, apple pie moonshine. Thank you, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. What am I supposed to do? I don't know what to do. Am I supposed to continue on, do another song? We're talking.
We'll chat a little bit, man. I mean, we're here at the brewery right now, so it seems like that song is appropriate. It seems like an appropriate place to talk about imbibing a little bit.
You seem like a nice guy to talk to.
I do all right, man. I do what I can. You seem like the most interesting man on earth to talk to. We were just watching the Roberto Duran fight earlier, and so I know you've had many lives in addition to being a singer-songwriter. But I wanted to, I mean, since you played that song, to talk about boozing a little bit. I mean, is that apple pie moonshine? Is that literally the drink that's your go-to, or is there some creative license?
I quit. Yesterday was my 4-month anniversary of not drinking.
Oh, okay.
I had to quit because for a lot of people during the pandemic, it just the snowball got too big. You know what I mean? And so the reason I called the song Apple Pie Moonshine is when I was drinking, I would pretty much drink whatever was available. But what tasted the best was the apple pie moonshine that some of the fans who were illegal bootleggers would bring it to the shows and give it to me, and I'd drink it. And what was hard about drinking that stuff, it don't taste like you're drinking alcohol. It tastes like you're drinking Gatorade.
Yeah.
And so you drink it more, but it hits you really hard. It's like and so I made a lot of analogies in the song. It sounds like I'm talking about a woman, but it could be a woman too. It's just you keep doing that same thing over and over, expecting a different result. You know.
Right. Well, man, congratulations. That sounds like a good decision eventually that you came to. And thank you for turning that into music that you can share with us, man. It's sometimes when people decide to stop, to pull back from booze, there's not necessarily positive things to share with people. There's just a boring story. But I mean, you've turned it into art and shared it with us. So I appreciate that.
And ain't nothing. If you can keep anything in moderation, good. That's great. But when you're doing it in a business I'm in, it's hard to have moderation because when you're putting on a show, the people in the crowd, it's a party for them every night, and they expect me to join their party.
Sure.
And I can't do that no more. You know, I feel better. Yeah.
Yeah, good. Well, dude, you look great. You look healthy.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I was just before you showed up, I was watching the Tales and Ales series that you were doing, which was incredible. I watched the Tommy Emmanuel session, and so I mean, now that you're not drinking, I don't imagine that you'll do Tales and Ales any longer. But do you consider doing like a talk show like that in the future, or is that still ongoing?
The reason I did Tales and Ales is the beer company Lagunitas was sponsoring me. And so they ponied up for all this stuff I did and made all these podcasts, and they called it Tales and Ales because they sponsored it. I wouldn't be against calling it Tales and Ales if they'll sponsor me again. I don't have to drink it to talk about it.
Yeah, that's right, man. I mean, I'm positive that you've got a never-ending well of stories and things to talk about. So, man, I would tune in if you decide to do that again.
Yeah, I was really fortunate. I got to interview a lot of really cool people. You know, Tom Emmanuel was just one of them, but I met a lot of interesting people. I did, and I like talking to, I like interviewing people. It takes the heat off me. All I got to do is not ask stupid questions, you know.
Yeah, and in that show also, I mean, you're on both sides of the table too, because you're playing with Tommy and adding to the music as well. So I thought it was a cool format.
I taught him a few things along the way, you know, not on the guitar, but on other things.
Yeah, man. Well, thank you for being here. We again appreciate you being here, and we're going to hear more music off of "It's Never Too Late to Call." What do you feel like doing second today?
Well, you know, when I had the coronavirus, I was laid up in the bed, and my wife, it was her job to take care of me and bring me my meals every day. And one day she asked me what I wanted for lunch. And I said, I'll have a ham sandwich with cheese and Miracle Whip on white bread. And I would like 2 sacks of Funyuns, you know, those little tiny sacks.
Yeah, the fun size.
And so she brought my sandwich all the way up the steps because we live in a 2-story house, and she made a mistake and got the sweet chili Doritos instead of the Funyuns, which escalated into almost a divorce. But we finally got past it, and we made over it. We realized we still loved each other, even though I didn't get my chips I wanted. So, you know, every couple that's hearing me say this silly story I just told, they have their own story that's just as silly as this one. Because when you live with somebody, you know, just the slightest little thing can turn into an explosion. But if you love that person, you'll come back to them because you love them, and that's what this song's about. And on the record, she's not here today, but on the record, my wife is actually singing this song with me. So get the record; you'll love the way she helps me on this one. I'm gonna sing it by myself. heard before. That slamming door ain't nothing new. You'll stay with a friend. I'll pour some gin to forget you. We both try to move on, but we don't stay gone too long. We're just breaking up for good again. It's over, but it never ends. We both want out, then we both want in. We're just breaking up for good again. Anger, tears, and pride are hard to hide. I lost my cool. I said some hurtful things I did not mean. I was a fool. I know we need some space. I'll call you in a couple days. We're just breaking up for good again. It's over, but it never ends. We both want out, then we both want in. We're just breaking up for good again. We've come this far, by now we know we'll never let each other go. We're just breaking up for good again. It's over, but it never ends. We both want out, then we both want in. We're just breaking up for good again. That's the idea.
All right, thank you, Paul. Man, I'm glad that everything is smoothed over now, and
Oh, yeah.
everybody's getting
Yeah.
their needs met. You've got
Yeah.
all the Funyuns you need.
She went back and got me some Funyuns.
Yeah.
But it wasn't without a big rigmarole though.
Well,
You know how it is.
we got the song out of it, so thank you for sharing, man.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did.
Yeah. So can we talk a little bit about the production, the creation of "It's Never Too Late to Call"? So you got to record at Sam Phillips, which is bucket list studio for any artist, and worked with Matt Ross Spang as well, which is, I mean, when I was studying up on him before I showed up, it was like his credits include Jason Isbell and Elvis Presley, which is crazy to read that. So what was it like working with Matt and recording at Sam Phillips as well?
Well, at Sam Phillips Studio in Memphis, they have the recording equipment that has a vintage sound, which is what I was looking for, the old sound, the retro sound. But this record, what made it different is the whole record was built around me and my acoustic guitar. Normally I don't play on records, but the foundation of every song on the record is me and my guitar, and the band just kind of embellishes around what I'm playing. But Matt Ross Spang, meeting him really upped our game because he knew what I wanted. I wanted a more stripped down sound, and he had so many great ideas, and he was such a talent, and he was so easy to work with, and And, you know, when my wife came in and guest sang on the record, she was really nervous, and he made her feel comfortable. And I think that's one of the key duties for any producer, is to make the artist feel comfortable so that they can do what they do at their best. And Matt had so many great ideas, and I'm so glad I got to work with him. He's a musical genius to me. Yeah.
That's cool, man. I'm glad that you got to have that experience. Was that something that your wife had done before, or was that a first to have her on one of your recordings?
My wife never sang in the studio in her life. The reason she got on the song is when I was writing it around the house, I was singing it, and I heard her harmonizing with me, and it sounded amazing. And so I just said, you know what, you're going to sing on my record with me. And at first she said, I ain't doing that. And then I kept on bringing her Funyuns and stuff, and she agreed to do it.
Nice, good.
It worked out though, because I like the Funyuns, and she actually wanted the chili cheese, the sweet chili Doritos, so it all worked out. Everybody got what they wanted.
Yeah, that's perfect combination. It was meant to be. And
actually, I'm playing the Grand Ole Opry, and the night before Americana Fest, I'm singing on the Opry, and we're gonna sing it on the Opry, me and her.
Wow.
Yeah, she ain't never done nothing like that. And I've been on the Opry a couple of times, so it's gonna be one of them sink or swim situations. It's gonna be great or it's gonna be bad. I think it's gonna be great.
I'm sure it will be, man. That sounds amazing. And for anyone who's able to be there, was that so? The instrumentation switch that you just did, you just swapped from the nylon over to this guy. Are those guitars that are heard on the record, or are these guitars that you play live, or?
This is a guitar I play live. My favorite guitar is a Gibson Hummingbird, but I leave it at home because it's just fragile, and it seems like it's getting dinged up. More years go by, but this is like the girlfriend you have on the side that you treat bad, and she still treats you good. That's what this guitar is like. You can beat her up, and she'll still sing real pretty. Not that I would beat anybody up.
Not literally.
It's a horrible analogy. I don't do that kind of thing, but I wanted to a couple of times when the Funyuns wasn't there. But you know, it's just a whole different thing. I can't get off this Funyuns thing.
Man, neither can I. I think about Funyuns a lot. I eat Funyuns a lot. You know, it's a valid topic, man.
Yeah, well, that's it.
Dude, both of these guitars sounded wonderful in sound check. The nylon sounded excellent while you played it for the first two songs, and there's a lot more music coming up from It's Never Too Late to Call. What's happening third today?
You want me to say what the next song is?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, this is a song off the record that was written, and it was inspired by my late sister who passed away about a year and a half ago. Her name was Deborah, and she was the only member of my family that stayed up late. And so after shows, when I had nobody to talk to and wanted to talk, she would always pick the phone up. And more than once, I would say, I'm sorry I called so late. She goes, don't worry, it's never too late to call. And that became this song. And even though she's gone, her memory lives on in this song. And you know, it's for anybody that's got somebody. If you got somebody you can lean on and call whenever, at all hours of the night, that's a blessing to have, somebody like that. I messed up. I mess up sometime. Every day. Some nights I get intoxicated to forget about what's wrong. If you feel like a sparrow who is fallen, you are not alone. When you're wearing concrete shoes at the bottom of a lake, and it feels like your heart can't take another break, just remember that I love you, and it's never too late to call. You say you have parts that are broken from your heart down to your soul, but I see a jewel in the gutter. To me you shine like gold. When you're wearing concrete shoes at the bottom of a lake, and it feels like your heart can't take another break, just remember call. When you can't turn off the voices in your head, my phone stays on the nightstand by my bed. When you're wearing concrete shoes at the bottom of a lake, and it feels like your heart can't take another break, just remember that I love you, and it's never too late to call. No, it's never too late to call. Never too late to call. No, it's never too late to call. Hope you enjoyed that.
All right, thanks, Paul. Thank you, man. Thanks for the music. Thanks for the story about your sister and the tribute and the remembrance, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you know, but just like I said, it can be about my sister, but it can be about somebody you know, that's still here, just somebody that you love and you appreciate, that you can talk to whenever you need to.
Yeah.
It's a good thing.
Yeah. So we caught you. You've just arrived from Tupelo, Mississippi, and can you talk a little bit about the importance of the community there, and maybe the music community, maybe just the community in general around there, and the ways that you've been supported in the music community by Tupelo, and maybe some artists around the area that you've been able to support in their careers in turn.
Well, I can just say Mississippi's been really good to me. It's kind of embarrassing to say, but a couple years ago, state of Mississippi declared March 27th Paul Thorn Day. So I got a day, and I didn't have to die like a lot of them have to. I didn't have to get assassinated to get my own day, which is good. And but I just have my friends and family in Tupelo, and I've lived there most of my life. My mom and dad live, 20 minutes from me. My sister that's still here, and it's a great place to live. Yeah.
Yeah. Good, man. Well, thank you for making what seemed like a 6-hour drive turned into sounds like an 8-hour drive from there to here, and travel safely too. I know you're continuing on. You've got a lot of shows coming up where people can see you live. They're all up at paulthorn.com. So thanks for making this a stop on the road.
Yeah, and I want to, I guess I'm doing one more song. Is that correct?
Yeah, please.
Yeah. I just want to, thank Pace Magazine for having me on the show. I've always been a fan of the magazine, and I appreciate y'all making me a part of this thing.
Well, thank you, Paul,
All
man.
right.
Feeling is mutual, man. This is great.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go out with this one. I got the idea for this song when I was watching James Brown on YouTube. It was the one I clicked on. It said James Brown High. Have you seen that one?
Super high, yeah.
Have you seen it?
It's as high as any human being has ever been.
He's stoned out of his mind. He's being interviewed by this real straight-laced anchor lady, and she's trying to make sense of his conversation because he had just got out of prison for assaulting his wife, and he had a fresh start. And this song is about having a fresh start. And I just wrote down some of the things he said in the interview and made this, because she said, "How are you doing since you're out of jail now?" He goes, he said, "I feel good. I look good. I smell good." He was saying all this crazy stuff. And so I just wrote it down. And he was getting ready to go to Sao Paulo, Brazil. He was talking about that. And so this song's called Sao Paulo, okay?
All right.
We got in some trouble, we did a little time. It's good to be free, but we don't have a dime. Ain't no time to sit around feeling insecure. The band's back together, we're going on a tour. We're looking good, we're feeling good, we're living good. It's all good. Jam. Sao Paulo. ground started shaking to the beat. The people in the back couldn't stay in their seat. We're looking good, feeling good, we're living good. It's all good. Jam, jam on my Sao Paulo. Till after the show, they brought us fried chicken and a country crock bowl. They took a bunch of pictures, we wished each other well. As we drove away, I heard somebody yell, we're looking good, we're feeling good, we're living good. It's all good. Jam, jam on my I look good. I feel good.
All right, Paul, thank you for doing this, man. This has been great.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. And everybody's took a hit. I know even Pace Magazine, everybody took a hit. But it's time to rise up from the ashes. And doing things like this is going to make good things happen. I appreciate y'all.
Indeed. All right, man. Travel safely. We'll see you next time.
All right.
All right.